SP Petani Dhamma Center is very pleased and very honored to host Bhante Dr. Chandima today for a Dhamma sharing. We are slated for a session from 1 to 2:30. Bhante Dr. Chandima was the professor of Buddhist philosophy in the Department of Philosophy at Ateneo de Manila University. This is one of the top universities in the Philippines. So more affectionately, we refer to Bhante as Bhante Chandima. So Bhante Chandima has written lots of articles on the topic of Buddhism. If you're interested to read a lot, you can go to the website. He has written many articles. For example, the most recent peer-reviewed article, Socrates and Early Buddhist Medical Ethics, Foundations of Moral Reasoning in the Care of the Body and Mind. This was in 2025. Published in Buddhi. Buddhi is a journal of ideas and culture, published at the Ateneo de Manila University. Bhante has also presented his latest research at the annual meeting of the American Academy of Religion in Boston, USA. It's an interesting paper entitled Custodians Without Ordination, the Ganinanse Tradition and Monastic Succession in 17th Century Sri Lanka. Bhante shared with us a little bit about this period in Sri Lanka where the monastics were actually lay people. So that's why it's called Custodians Without Ordination. So you can also read this at the internet. The topic for today is helping others without losing self-care. So this is an interesting topic. As we help others, we should remember also the self-care. So without much further ado, I respectfully invite Bhante to share with us his Dhamma teaching. Let us put our palms together and say sadhu together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, before we start off the Dhamma talk, let us pay respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. First of all, I wanted to be thankful to SP Dhamma Center, Petani Dhamma Center. Earlier, I made a visit in 2023. It was exactly 2023 December that I came to Nalanda Buddhist Society, and I thought that was the only place that you give a Dhamma talk. Now I know that there is another place, right? So I'm very happy to see that you have gathered this way and then to learn Dhamma. So learning Dhamma is a non-stop journey. There's no end to this. But while you are learning, the most important thing is to check with your practice. Some people, they keep learning. They don't check their practice, and they feel like they are the same people from day one. So you need to check with your practice. What can be checked? You have to check whether your life has transformed according to Sila, Samadhi, Panya training. That is our training. There's no other training. Morality, precepts, discipline, that is Sila. Samadhi means cultivation, that has meditation, mindfulness, and a lot of other practices, cultivation. You don't have to sit down for that all the time. Even you are in a posture, you are sitting, standing, walking, lying down. Even now you can cultivate satipatthana. You might be wondering, earlier I thought to cultivate satipatthana I have to go to a retreat. I have to go to a Buddhist center. I have to go to a forest. No. Satipatthana has many practices. Only with regard to anapanasati, you can sit down. All the other practices are not primarily sitting down. Then there is a practice called Iriyapata Satipatthana, second Satipatthana. Right? In that Iriyapata Satipatthana means in whatever the posture that you are with right at this moment, if you can know that you are in that posture, that itself becomes a Satipatthana cultivation. So what is your posture now? Sitting, you are seated, right? Where are you seated on? I had to check, right? Oh, it's a chair, right? And then some of you were seated on the floor and cushion, in some other places. When you know that I am seated like this, it's a meditation. Satipatthana. The English word meditation, mindfulness, they are very complicated. They are Western words because we learn it from Pali. Sometimes, although we use English words, when we learn Pali language with the context, we know that's not the proper English word. Maybe there is no English word. Can you find an English word for the Bodhi tree? You have a Bodhi tree here? Not yet. You don't want to disturb the neighbors, right? I understand, I get it. So, in the temple, you have a Bodhi tree. So, why don't we translate this into English? We cannot translate. That's the problem. Some people say sacred tree. What is sacred? Right? It is Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree is Bodhi tree. You can't translate that. Also, Nibbana, can we translate? The Buddha even said, I cannot give a proper word in Pali. Unconditioned, unborn. Then, how to find a proper English word? We use Nibbana, liberation, but better to say Nibbana. So that's why it's very important to learn Dhamma, Dhamma way. Although we use English, when you know English, you want to learn the proper context of the Dhamma. So, some of you were interested about some of my classes. I have a class which I conduct every Thursday. It's called Online Pali Reading Class. That runs from every Thursday from 6 to 7:30 online. So in that class we learn Dhammapada verses. These I have started it in 2023. So it's been almost more than 100, many years, more than 100 days. There we learn how to read the Pali text, how to understand the literal meaning, technical meaning, and how to know the contextual meaning. Pali has two meanings, literal meaning and contextual meaning. I tell you something, if you read suttas, you will find Evang me sutang ekang samayang bhagava samayang. Pali word samaya has 9 meanings. So how do you know which meaning is that? You have to read the paragraph before that paragraph and the paragraph after that paragraph, and then you understand what is this samaya talking about. Then look for the particular Pali meaning. That's why. So in our class, we read, we look at the contextual meaning. Lot of English works have been done in a very technical way. They are very technical. Now think about mindfulness, right? You may have your intentional meaning, mindfulness. That means they are calling Satipatthana is mindfulness. Mindfulness means you fill the mind, you fill your thoughts with wholesome side, right? So in the cultivation practice which we are doing, are we only filling the mind, filling the thoughts? Are we sometimes doing other things to cultivate? Are we emptying the mind sometimes? Do you empty the mind? So the mind is full of garbage, trash sometimes. So we want to, if there is garbage, we have to take the trash out. So time to time, while we are filling the mind thoughts with wholesome thoughts, generosity, loving kindness and wisdom, we also have to empty the wrong knowledge that we have fed over the course of time about society, politics, family, culture, countries. How many things we have fed over the course of time, right? Nowadays you are very vulnerable to a lot of information, right? You check if you have a social media account, if you go to internet, how much information is there? Tell me, much of this information making you calm or making you more agitated? Tell me the truth. More agitated, right? More agitated, then you are sometimes very confused. Sometimes you cannot even understand what is going on. And then you try to understand, you want to talk to other people, and they are also feeding your information after that, right? So that's why we need to practice Satipatthana in the proper way. So even when you know, now I am sitting, then I know I am sitting, that is a cultivation. So when we finish this talk around 2:30, then you are mindfully stand, right? A lot of people stand, now I want to go. No, first you have to stand before you go, right? Stand and then walk and then go. This is the problem. We are standing with lot of other plans. Like when you want to go to the kitchen, what's the first thing? Many people, oh, what can I eat today in your house? So you are standing by thinking what to eat. Yes, you should have a rough plan, but you have to stand and walk. Then you will open the fridge, you will make some food and you will eat or take. So I think in our daily life we are forgetting a lot of things we are doing. We are only focusing on whatever the things we like, and then we are very much confused about what we are doing, right? So I just want to tell you, this is the background of our life nowadays. That is when you forget about your self-care, sometimes other care, then you are lost in your life. Okay, so we don't have a projector over here. That's why we sent the slides through link. So can everyone access to into the slides? Okay, how about you? You can see the phone, and I think they must have sent it to your WhatsApp group. Okay. That's why you need to recharge, Yes, energy is very important. Not even our energy, but also battery. So we have to keep them charged. Otherwise, run out, everything is run out. So, all right. So, anyways, the topic, or before that, Brother Lee was mentioning, I did a research about Ganinansi. I just want to tell like a little bit of thing. You don't have to be worried about it. So it was a research I did in 2024, I think, or 2023, I think, 2023, and I did a research about Ganinansi. Ganinansi is a name that was used to understand monks in Sri Lanka during 17th century, 17. It is said by this time the so-called monks who lived in Sri Lanka were not bhikkhus. They were non-bhikkhu monks. That means they were living a lay life, and they are going to the temple in the evening to do the prayers and come back home. Ganinansi. And then there was a Samanera monk called Saranankara. He asked the king can we bring Buddhism from Thailand, Siamese kingdom? And after many years, the Sri Lankan king could connect to Thailand, Thai king, and then they were able to bring Venerable Upali. So it is said that they came through ferry. So they sailed from Ayutthaya, the oldest capital, to Batam, and then from Batam to Trincoe, that means eastern coast of northeastern coast of Sri Lanka. And that Thai monk, Venerable Upali, is the one who started the modern Sri Lankan, modern one. That's why you see when you go to Sri Lanka, there are certain things that are very, very similar to Thai Buddhism. City temples. This is not the Buddhism Sri Lanka had in the history. We call Mahavihara tradition. That was the best. But the thing is, Theravada monks, they are trying to justify, no, what happened. Our Buddhism kind of died out in a way. Then it went to Sukhothai. And from Sukhothai, Venerable Upali and all these monks brought it back. So it's same. So anyways, I just want to tell you. So I did a research about it. One very good thing about these Ganinasi monks was that they never destroyed the canon, Pali text. We have a problem with regard to their life because they were married monks like in Japan, and they were doing their things, and evening they go to the church, the temple, right, and do the thing, puja, and come back home. So I said hybrid kind of monks, hybrid, this kind of yes. So that there was a time. So Ganinasi was the name people use for them, right? So that's what I've been doing for that. Okay, let's go back to the topic. Helping others without losing self-care. Are you helping others? May I know? You are helping. Okay, that's good, right? What is our motivation to help others? Why should we help others? Do we have a motivation from someone, from somewhere? Normally we obtain our motivation from our parents, right? When your father, mother were very generous when you were small time, you learn it from them. My mother was cooking for other people. She was sharing food. Maybe we didn't have lots of food during that time, but she really wanted to help other people. And father, the nature of the father. So before we learn Buddhism, before we learn all the good things, our main learning comes from our father, mother, right? So that's why they should have taught children about what to do through their actions. I hope most of them do, and some they might not do. Especially in today's world, if you cannot teach your kids before they turn to 15, they will never learn. If a child becomes 15, then they won't listen to you. They are teenagers. Huh? They will not listen to you. So it is not only you talk to them, hey, you do this. No, they are not happy about it. You show them. You show them what to do. It's like you want to come to a temple and then bow down to the monk. Don't ask them to bow. You bow down and show them, and they will follow you. Right? And sometimes we are sending children to Dhamma school. I don't know if you have a Dhamma school here, right, nearby, maybe Penang nearby, right? So there are a lot of teachings about Buddhism that they are learning. Four Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path. But it looks like they are not learning normal stuff, normal Buddhist things. That's why you need to bring them to the Dana hall. You serve the monks, they follow you. You do the things, they follow you. That is a real Dhamma school, right? Also, you can send to the other Dhamma school too, the typical one. So that's why we learn how to care others primarily from our parents. But I tell you, a bigger motivation at the moment for you to think about why we need to support others. That's number one. Have you learned about the Buddha's life? Have you studied about it? Or you only learn about the Buddha's teachings? Right? Normally when you listen to a Dhamma talk, speakers are always talking, be like this, be like this, do that, that is bad, this is good. This is the nature, right? So if we don't understand the life of the Buddha, how are we going to follow that person? That is a problem, right? So we must study the life of the Buddha. Okay? There are a lot of books about it, but I can tell you a book if you want to learn. So we know how did the Buddha spend his day. It is said that every morning and every evening he is looking for somebody to help. Right? So it is said that, I think in one of the times, maybe morning or evening, he wants to see who can I help today, and he wants to go there and support, do whatever the necessary thing. In the evening he is sending his mind images like a Buddha thing. So that's a good practice. So what do you think early in the morning when you wake up, get up? What do you think? Are you thinking, who should I help today? Or who should I disturb today? What do you think? Huh? What should I eat? We are always thinking about us. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's the natural thing, right? What should I eat today, right? Because Malaysia has a lot of food, right? So it's very natural to come up with that thought. But when we learn from the Buddha, we forget about the food and drinks. You can eat anytime, right? Right? You are thinking, what can I do today meaningfully to somebody? Right? This is what we learn from the Buddha. He did that. Sometimes he had to travel so far to support someone. Some people were almost going to die, so he wants to go earlier to give a Dhamma teaching before they die. Buddha cannot even stop people dying. Why? It is their karma. But sometimes when you do a lot of good karma, you can save from your death. It will be postponed. Right? So, you know the story of Matta Kundali? There was a story in the teachings. Matta Kundali was a young man, but he was diagnosed with jaundice. It's a terrible sickness. So what happened was that when he was diagnosed with jaundice, some people say anemia, what happened was that his father stopped carrying him, because he understood he would need to spend money for the sickness. So, but he had a lot of money. So when the condition was going to be very much aggravating, then what he did was that he brought the son's bed outside the house and then placed him in the veranda area, right? So what happened? Matta Kundali now is almost going to die. So Buddha saw that Matta Kundali has some opportunities. If I could send something, even if I cannot go there, if I could send something to him, he could see it, he could think about it, and he will die peacefully. So Buddha sent a Buddha image, right? That's why Buddha statues are important too. Matta Kundali never seen the Buddha before. He never learned about Dhamma, but when he saw the true Buddha, he was very happy. It's a very peaceful thing for me, right? So he saw it, he was happy, something peaceful for me, and he passed away. And he became a Deva. He was not a Buddhist also. He was a Hindu, right? That's why we have a lot of people now. We have Buddhists, We don't have to be Buddhist. Buddha didn't teach Buddhist, right? He just talked to normal people. But then people started becoming his followers. In Pali, we know his followers became Arya Savaka, noble disciples, right? So I wanted to tell you that Buddha was like that. So this is our motivation. Our motivation should be, who can I help today? Even as a compliment, even as a support, and as a... So that's why it's very important to help others, right? So if you are really following the Dhamma teachings, you need to help. But there are problems. Those are the things we are discussing today. When you are going to help, you will go through problems if you don't know how to help in the Dhamma way. So there are two things here. One is taking care of us, and on the other hand, taking care of others or supporting others. How important is it to take care of us? I think today, because of it might be a little bit difficult for you to check the phone all the time. What I can do is I will try to talk live like this, only go to certain slides if I need. Otherwise, we only have another like 30 minutes of time. That will be more engaging. So how important is it to take care of us? How to take care of us? May I know, how do you take care of yourself? That will be a nice discussion. Pardon me?
Some freedom to ourselves.
Freedom. We need freedom. Freedom from government?
No.
From it.
Easy to have it. You have the time to take care of yourself.
Ah.
You need some time to rest.
Making time for us. That's very important. Okay. Along with that, we have to find out how to make time for us. How do you make time for you? We all are busy, right? But how do you make time for you yourself? What do you do normally? Tell us, share with us one or two things you do.
Relax, or maybe do some light exercise to be alone.
Relax and do some light exercise. Others, how do you take care of yourself? If you don't tell me, I have to understand you would never take care of yourself. That's why you came here, right? Yes. Exercise. Stay fit, right? Staying fit. Because if you are not fit, you will be sick. If you're sick, you cannot practice Dhamma, because pain will arise all the time, right? And then you said gardening.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Good. That's also because when you nurse the garden, then you see that you are happily seeing how the plants are growing. There are some researchers, when you go and talk to plants in a negative way, plants also getting scared of you. But unfortunately, plants cannot run away from you. What to do? I have to only listen to you. Right? Nursing is good, right? And then what else? Organizing us, time management. Do we have to organize us? Especially in today's world? Yes, we have so many things to do, right? So many things. Even you are elderly or not, so many things are there. So how do you organize your time? We will learn, others will learn from you. What is more important? So every time those of them who know you, then they will find out you, whatever you do now, that's your priority. Now Dhamma learning is your priority now. Other things are less prioritized.
There is a pattern there.
That's a pattern. Okay, but some people might find prioritizing is a big deal actually. How to prioritize? Especially if you have a family, you might think that they want your attention, your time. You are doing other things, you are doing a lot of Dhamma things. You are not concerned about family. We have kids over here in the house. Where's your family time? Weekend also you are in the temple, Do you have a family or not? No, they are asking. Right? So then we cannot forget about our inner circle, right? Then we have to organize. But we can do things simultaneously. So organizing our time. And what else?
Don't spend too much time on our handphone.
Yes. Checking on the screen time, right? Okay, that's a good thing. So then it will help you to take care of, especially your eyes. Nowadays people are watching things in darkness, right? And the blue light, we never know what will happen. Now a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago, we had analog stuff, we only press. Nowadays all touch screens. We don't know what will happen to our skin in another 10 years. Will there be cancers coming to people? Right? People like to just use the touch screens. Sometimes they are not touch screens, sensor screen. They are too sensitive now, right? Touch, then sensor. Now talking, right? Nowadays talking. So I think they are very good stuff, but we should also look at medical side and whether we have a clinging towards, obsession towards, addiction towards these gadgets. That's a self-care. You think about the whole internet in the whole world will be broken for 1 or 2 days. How many people will take their life? Our young people. Can they live without internet? There will be a big issue. People all heavily depending on the gadgets and internet. So we should know that we have a B plan, way out if something happens. Happily working with internet, but what if there is a global shutdown because of a problem? We never know, right? So can we manage our time, right? Anyway, be mindful about our screen time. That's a very good one too. And then what else? How do you take care of yourself? Others? A good sleep. What do you mean by good sleep? Everybody wants to have a good sleep. How do we define the good sleep? Is there a certain criterion? Are there criteria to decide? Because good sleep, people may have different thoughts about it. How to define the good sleep according to you? Oh, you are sleeping in the afternoon too. I hope not now. This is afternoon too, 1:35. Oh, okay. That looks like you have a power nap sometime to recharge yourself. Power nap, huh? Yeah, yes. What is a good sleep? Actually, what they are talking is that being able to sleep at least 7 hours and sleep early, wake up early. You see, I don't know whether you have noticed, when you start doing your things late night, you think that you don't want to sleep earlier. You have so many things to do, office thing and many things. And then you are sleeping early morning. Maybe you wake up around 9 o'clock. Some people, 8, 9 o'clock. But actually, by the evening, our brain, our ability to function with regard to respond to these things is a little bit limited. If you wake up around a little earlier, you see that within the 3 hours you do 8-9 hours stuff compared to evening time, 9 and above. There are some people who have no choice, they have to work. So that means sleeping early, waking up early, and maintaining that 7 hours and a consistent sleep habit every day. I think that's a good sleep, right? But some people may have their other issues. When some people have diabetes issues, they sleep in the daytime. So I think it's a good indication to go and then have a checkup, right? So all these are indications for us. And some people want to have an afternoon nap, quick nap, right? So anyways, a good sleep is very necessary for taking care of us. And then what else? Is that all? What are the other things you do to take care of yourself?
if health is well, so you get one should be one which you providence.
Can you say it again?
Take care of own health.
Ah.
Very important.
Taking care of the health, I think that's a very big factor, right? How to take care of our health, especially our eating habits, drinking habits matter, right?
Nutritious food.
Yes. What's that?
Nutritious.
Nutritious food, right? I think that's a very interesting Dhamma link that we can discuss with the food and drinks. When it comes to food and drinks, a lot of people don't talk about the important aspect of food and drinks. Now think about, when Buddhists talk about food and drinks, where are they more focused on? Huh? No, I mean, when everybody talks about food and beverages, when it comes to the religious context, what Buddhists are mostly talking about with regard to the food and drinks? Vegetarianism is number one. This is the most important thing they are talking about, right? But Buddhism is talking about not asking people what to eat, what not to eat, right? But we are ethically eating, right? Buddhism is more concerned about how much food you eat and how frequently do you eat and all that. I think that is more concerning in our life. If you look at your health issues that you may be having right now, if you have, you can go back to the root cause of this problem. You might say, I was not very aware about soda drinks 20 years ago. Yeah? Every time after my lunch, I wanted to have a Coke, soda drink. Otherwise, I would have not felt good after the food, right? Every time I want to have something, I wanted to have a certain particular food or drink, right? So, over time, you understand what was more mattering to is not what you exactly eat and how you eat, and whether you had any obsession with regard to food and drinks. That's a very important thing we should learn from Buddhism. So Buddha is asking us to moderate. Once in a while having Coca-Cola is okay. What's the problem? What if you are having every day? That is the problem. Having a chocolate once in a while and ice cream once in a while, okay. But having chocolate every day, ice cream every day, that is the problem. That's what the Buddhism is trying to tell us. Cut down on these compulsive food, beverage habits. That is more important than looking at what should I eat, what should I not eat. Right? Nowadays, if you go and learn superfood, nutrition sciences, they are all talking about this. Right? So I think it's very important to make sure that we are eating in moderation and we are eating healthily and drinking healthily. So anyways, I was trying you to tell me about the ways and means how you take care of yourself. So there are more things that you need to find out with regard to self-care. But you didn't tell me something very important. Learning Dhamma is the most important self-care. You don't know what is that. You were talking big stuff. Why did you come here today? Learning Dhamma only help to understand life, also stop the karma, attain Nibbana. Nobody can give that to us. Our school teacher cannot give that to us. Doctor cannot give that to us. Right? I remember, that's a very interesting compliment I wanted to say. When I was in Canada, one man approached me. Okay? And he told me he was getting to know me and some other teachings. And he said he went to 7 psychologists. I think they all should come and see you. I said, why? No, what you told me the last 2 days, I never heard from them. They are always trying to tell me how to solve your symptoms, my problem. I have a problem in my life. They are always going around the symptoms of my problem. You nailed down to the problem. You got to the bottom of the problem. That's Buddhism. Buddhism is not going and doing rituals only. Buddhism is teaching us how to get to the bottom of our problem. Then we know the problem, we fix it from there. Self-care. All these problems can be solved in that way. Right? So, the best self-care in our life is learning Dhamma properly. Proper Dhamma. Sometimes there are people who are talking Dhamma, but they are not talking the most important part of the Dhamma. They are just trying to cover up certain areas of Dhamma. Right? You have to learn the most important part of Dhamma. That's to learn how your happiness and suffering arise. That's what you call Four Noble Truths. Other things are all secondary to that. Right? Now I have a question. Why did the Buddha teach us to learn dukkha? You know Pali word dukkha? A lot of people translate this to be suffering, right? I could say dissatisfaction, unsatisfactoriness. And there is a counter argument from other people. Why are you thinking about suffering? Life is a very happy place. I think something wrong here. Right? When you go to temples, all these Sangha members, life is dukkha, impermanent, you also, you feel it, right? What I'm saying. So, when you go back, you had some positivity before you coming here, but when you go back, even that positivity was dropped down, You thought I could find a little bit of happiness, but that's also gone after that. What's wrong here? Life is dukkha. There's something wrong here actually. What did the Buddha teach with regard to dukkha? Why do we have to learn about dukkha? May I know? This is about self-care and other care. May I know why do you have to learn dukkha? I don't know whether you thought that you have to learn dukkha, but in Buddhism it is said we must learn the dukkha. Why should we have to learn dukkha?
So we can fix the dukkha.
So we can fix the dukkha. So one of the examples to see this is that when you go see a doctor, let's say you have a flu. Now you tried out over-the-counter medications, and they are also saying we cannot give you any medications because they are controlled drugs. You have to go see a doctor, get a prescription, then we can give it to you. So you go see the doctor, and then doctor is asking you, what's wrong with you? Right? Is the doctor asking you, how good are you? No. The doctor is asking, what's wrong with you? I mean, oh, yeah, I'm wrong here now. What's wrong with you? And you are going to say, few days ago, I went somewhere, then that particular night, I started having some body chills, right? And I feel a little different, and I felt a bit unfit, and you are telling your story to the best of your knowledge, right? Normally in the Western countries, if you are bringing your child to see a doctor, if the mother or father is going to say on behalf of the son or daughter, doctor stop, no, let him talk. Right? Because sometimes they believe mother, father giving a different story than the children. They don't trust. Right? It's like husband is going to pick up the wife parcel from the post office. They are not giving it to husband. We don't know whether they are still together or not. Right? So there is that kind of thought in some other country. Oh, that's my wife parcel. Give it to me. I bring home. Right? You can say like that. Right? So then you are explaining. Doctor is patiently listening to you what you are saying. And then will the doctor believe you? Will the doctor be satisfied what you are saying, or will the doctor do his own or her own search, investigation? He or she will go to his own investigation, do the checkup. Why is the doctor doing that? Because doctor wants to know what's wrong with you. Then only he can come up with a plan to support you. This is the same thing we are doing with regard to dukkha. We are learning dukkha not to become suffering or dukkha. When we know what is dukkha, then we can be happier in our life. Did you learn dukkha this way before? Huh? I'm asking simply. Hope you must have learned. The more we learn about dukkha properly, the happier we are. Right? Otherwise, dukkha will be double down. Right? That is the thing. So, in our life, when we learn about the true Dhamma, then we know how to respond. Now, one other example before we get to the topic is 10 years ago, let's say you were not a Buddhist follower, you were not learning Dhamma or anything. When someone was angry at you, you became 2 times angry at that person. Right? I mean, to be honest.
Yes.
Why you were angry? Because I had to be 2 times angry then. So then you know you cannot be angry next time. When somebody was mad at you, you became 2 times mad. Right? That was how many people spend their life. They thought that is the best way to manage their life. But when you learn Dhamma, the Buddha is saying when someone is angry, why you want to be angry? You change your attitude in how to respond to that. Don't react to that person. Buddha is asking us to have responses over reactions. The 2 times anger is reaction. 2 times madness is reaction. You couldn't understand. Right? Then as you learn more Dhamma teachings, you come to higher understanding. What is a higher understanding of Dhamma? Even beyond that. Let's say as a normal individual, human being, you are getting angry. At that point, you want to see how anger is arising, anger is staying. The moment you know anger is arising versus when you go past that moment, I am angry. Which one is more troublesome?
I am angry.
I am angry, because then you self-justify, then you are looking for the culprit who made me angry. Because I have to hold a grudge against that person. Right? You look at the people who are very mad, angry, they are looking for the people. They want to make someone accountable. That is not Buddhism. In Buddhism, Buddha is saying, don't let that moment go past you. Before anger is become stronger, look at it as, there is anger. Then that's not me. There is anger. Spot it head on. Let it go. When you go past that moment, I am angry. Who made me angry? How much have I helped you? Now we're talking about other care too, supporting others. Look at last many years, how much have I been helping you? How come you did this to me? Why? The emotions, negativities have become that person. The Buddha is saying, before emotions become, negativities become that person, try to catch it. Earlier, you understood, you don't have to react, have to respond. What is a better response? Don't let them go past you. Self-care. What Buddhism is beyond this? This is real Buddhism. Managing our mental states. So, I think there are a lot of things, if we discuss this way, I just wanted to give you. The best self-care is learning the true Dhamma and then being able to adapt to that Dhamma lifestyle. If you have not been able to adapt to that Dhamma style, we are failed in our Dhamma practice. I tell you. Do you want to fail in Dhamma practice? I don't think you should. Otherwise, you are always learning. Write down, go home, leave it somewhere in your bookshelf, maybe leaving in your notes. That's it. Nothing is happening, nothing else. Right? Okay, so now when it comes to taking care of oneself and taking care of others, we have some problems that we can see. What are the problems with regard to, let us talk about caring other people, because we always try to take care of us, but still there are problems too. There are issues with regard to supporting others. What is one issue that many people say, I don't want to help anymore? Why? They are not grateful to me. Number one, this is a big issue. Many people make it when they are very frustrated. Number two, I am very tired. I am dead tired in helping others. Yes?
People take advantage of us. care what is supposed to do.
Yes, so people take us for granted. Also, people think they are entitled to get your help. Right? You should come and help us. Right? How about you? No, you are supposed to come and help us. Right? I'm entitled, Right? So let us talk about these issues with regard to things. And another thing is that some people feel that they don't want to help anymore because of these issues. That is even a very big problem. Just because you found the bad people in your life, what if that bad experience is going to stop your future help? That is not nice. Can we go to the first one? There are people who say that other people are not grateful to me, so I don't want to help again. So what to do? What is wrong here? The Buddha said, if you want to help others, not only compassion matters, you must do any good activity in Buddhism, not merely with that good quality, but with wisdom. Dana plus wisdom, metta plus wisdom, karuna plus wisdom, mudita plus wisdom, upekka plus wisdom. Any good quality you cultivate must be done with wisdom, panya. So the problem here is that karuna the person did to other people was not done with wisdom. So he only did it out of compassion. She only did it out of compassion. When Buddha was talking about resentment, Pali we call agata, Buddha is saying that people become resentful about three issues. One thing is that they are thinking, my loved ones did not take care of me. Right? I was having a very hard time, but my loved ones did not take care of me. Maybe my partner, maybe my husband and wife, maybe mother, maybe father, maybe siblings. So they have a kind of resentment towards them. Second, my loved ones helped me, but not enough. So very resentful about it. So when we ask, no, they could have done a better job, but they did only half and they left. Third one is why people are being resentful is that my loved ones are helping my enemies. Why should they help them? They should help me. Who are the enemies? I don't like them. Why my loved ones going and helping them? So this way people have a lot of misperceptions about life. When you learn Buddhism, you don't have these perceptions. You are a free person. You are a bird in the sky. The only weight is feathers. Or maybe those tiny little feet. Now we have a lot of weight. Just like some people, when they learn a lot of Dhamma, they also cannot walk properly. I ask, why? Cannot walk. It's too heavy, I know a lot of things now. So when you learn more Dhamma, your life has to be light. Right? Now this concept has gone into modern habits. Everybody is promoting the idea, travel effortlessly. Don't carry a lot of luggage, Go lightly. Some people who are traveling with 4-5 luggages, just like their last trip, to somewhere. Do things lightly. Think lightly. Don't think seriously. And Alanda's talk yesterday was, we have to be worry-free. Don't be worried. Right? Just take easy. Other people will rush you. They will push you. They will make you feel they are entitled, but you are taking things very lightly. That is very important. Nowadays the concept is lightweight. If you buy a luggage, lightweight luggage. If you buy a gadget, lightweight phones. If you travel, effortless traveling. That means now this modern culture is going also to Buddhist idea. Becoming light in life. Buddhist idea. Right? So, the Buddha is saying that whenever you want to help others, you help by keeping your boundaries. That's very important. Are we okay to have boundaries? Now think about this second slide, the common misunderstanding. Okay, being good means always saying yes to other people. You have to say yes to other people. Yes to other, maybe to a good person, okay, they are not troubling you. But if you think I'm a Buddhist, I cannot say no, so yes to everything. I remember there was a monk, it's a true story, a Sri Lankan monk who went to Canada to a city, a Canadian city, long time ago. So at that time, you have to fill the paper, what do you call, arrival forms. You have to fill it in the flight. So he doesn't know English. So there were 3 questions. The first one is, are you carrying drugs, narcotics? He said yes. Okay. Yes. Are you carrying explosives, ammunition, guns? Yes. Are you carrying vegetables, fruits and those stuff? Yes. So he was happily now walking out of the flight. He went to the immigration. So the officer, according to him, he doesn't know whether he's an officer because he brought everything that he shouldn't brought. Right? He pressed something. So many people came with dogs, and then the monk was taken to a room, and they were checking all the bags. There was no drugs, there were no ammunition, explosives, and there were no food, anything. So they were trying to talk to him, but he doesn't understand. He said, okay, honest man, but he doesn't know, maybe something happened to him. He was not in the right mind. So the other monk was waiting outside in the arrival, and he thought something must have happened to him. He was waiting for 2-3 hours, almost 3 hours. And finally he was coming. Then he asked, did something happen to you in the customs? Yeah. When I came, many people came to welcome me with dogs. And okay. So how did you fill up the application? I put yes to everything because yes is better than no. So what should we understand here? We should say no if things are not right. You don't have to say yes to everything. But a polite no, a polite decline, that's important. Otherwise people will use you. So I ask you to have some ethical boundaries. So you are doing the support and you are safe. Second thing, fatigue. I'm so tired of supporting others. What does it mean? That means the person is not balancing out self-care and other care. There are some people who are not taking showers, who are not eating, who are not taking a rest. And when they were asked, no, I have to do the support for them. I think in some houses, one person has to become the suffering of everybody. Have to cook, do everything. Why don't people share things if things are okay? Take turns. Nobody should deserve suffering in life. Nobody. I mean, before we talk about the philosophical part of suffering, let us talk about how to share our work. Then at least we help other people to be happy in their life. Right? Everybody should deserve that happiness. Right? We are talking about house, we are talking society, government, everywhere. Everybody should deserve that. So then the answer to the feeling that I am so tired was that I think you are not balancing out what you are doing. Try to talk to other people. Otherwise, they will give you all the work that they are also supposed to do. Sometimes when you do everything, what do other people do? They give everything to that person. Right? That's why you have to say, no, I will do something, but I cannot do everything. Then you are safe, they are safe, you are doing, and they will also do something for you. You have to balance out. Third one, some people are taking us for granted. So how to respond to this? When you were trying to do a lot of unnecessary help, then they think you should do it next time as well. Right? Any example, maybe, that you want to share? That's why You don't have to do everything in one turn. Just do it slowly. It's like, how do those government agencies release funds, I mean, okay, we are JICA, and we will give the money to build a bridge, right? So we don't issue the whole funds, whole grant in one time. So show us the first plan, second, third, fourth, then the. Otherwise, if you give the monetary grant in one thing, so uninvited people might loom around, right? Corruption will happen anytime. So in the same way, I think that's a very good way to release funds. So release your help gradually. Don't say, I'm a very open hand. Come, I will help you in any ways. So people will misuse you. Fourth one, some people think that we are entitled to get your help. How to respond to this? Actually, if you are creating healthy boundaries, then they will know that they are not entitled. Right? If you don't do it, then they will misuse your emotions, your feelings, and what you do. Right? Because when you get along with others, they are also checking your emotional boundaries. If you are not properly maintaining them, the moment they know you are vulnerable, they will use you. That's why, if you maintain your healthy boundaries, then you can help. They will get whatever the good help. They will also help you. Everything goes well. Right? So this way, we can see issues with regard to supporting others. But supporting others is such a very good thing. We can support, sometimes some other people go through with regard to what can I do for other people. I'm not very rich. What can I do? You can do some tiny little help. Maybe volunteering, supporting, right? People who have lots of money, they will donate. Others can donate in their way, right? So you don't have to worry. You can do even a small thing in a great way, in a big way. Tell me a small thing, doing a small thing in a big way. You are asked to clean the toilet. Tanda, right? Tandas. You ask. So if you ask 5 people to clean the toilets, you see how each individual cleans it. Some people just clean a little bit, some clean a little bit more. But you see, one person is doing a deep cleaning. It's like a new toilet. What is the problem here? That means that person thinks even cleaning the toilet, that small activity can be done in a great way, in a big way. For some people, big stuff are big donations only. A lot of big stuff. No, in Buddhism, even if you ask from a successful person in today's world, can you give us a secret about your success? Do even a small thing in a big, great way. If you do everything in the great way, one day you will do great things in great way as well. If you look at the people who were unsuccessful in their life, they never done even a small thing in a great way. They just do things loosely and then go back. Why should I do this? Responsibility. So in this way, we can fix our problems with regard to supporting others. So overall, what I wanted to tell you was that you need to create healthy boundaries. So being good means always saying yes is a wrong perception. And also, if I rest, I am selfish is also a wrong perception. When you want to rest, you must rest. Others' needs matter more than mine. It depends. Right? So finally, if you are not understanding these misperceptions, these misconceptions, you will be dragged into fatigue and problems. So always try to help, but with wisdom. So Buddhism asks us to practice karuna, compassion, with wisdom, panya. Karuna and panya, not two things. Karuna must be done in wisdom. Panya also must be done in wisdom. Wisdom is very important. So let us talk about enlightenment. what is enlightenment? Theravada, Mahayana is a different perspective, but we normally look at early Buddhism. If you look at Theravada school, what do we normally see? You only want to enlighten, you don't have to think about other people, right? You only meditate, do your things, and you become enlightened. Is it a good thing? It's not. And according to Mahayana, everyone is Bodhisattva, right? Even the cat is also a Bodhisattva, right? Even the dog is also a Bodhisattva. So what is the idea of thinking everybody is Bodhisattva? When you see that this is a Bodhisattva, you cannot do a wrong thing to Bodhisattva. Is this a Mahayana idea? No, this is an early Buddhist idea. Theravadins could not pick it up. They couldn't pick it up. Theravadins picked up the easiest possible arahanthood. No. So that means when we practice Dhamma, I tell you something very interesting. Always try to support other people's Dhamma journey. Some people become very selfish in their Dhamma journey. Don't disturb me, I meditate, Then what will happen to you is what happened to the monk who did the same thing during the Buddha's time. Remember the monk? There was a monk who practiced metta meditation. Metta. May I be well, happy, and all these things. So he was living with the Buddha in the same temple. So he doesn't like to mingle with other monks. So one day, he was also always closing the door, he's staying inside the room. So one day, a cobra came into the temple. Other monks found the cobra, but they were a little bit worried because the other monk is not coming out, so we cannot talk to him. Anyway, they tried to knock the door and managed to talk to him that we found a cobra, but we cannot find him anymore. He's somewhere else, so we are going for the lunch. So whenever he wanted to come out of the room, he came out. Somewhere he was bitten by the snake and he passed away. The monk passed away who practiced metta, so-called metta, okay? So-called his own metta. Then everybody was very much worried, 24 hours practicing metta and just came out of the door, bitten by the snake, died. What happened? Others are not even doing like that. Something wrong. They informed the Buddha. The Buddha said, I am aware about the incident. I tell you what happened to him. He practiced metta in his own way, but in order to complete the metta, you must include 4 reptile groups in your metta. Virupaka, Erapata, Chabbyaputta, Kanha, Gotama. Now Virupaka is one reptile group. Kanha, Gotama is a one reptile group. Chabbyaputta is another reptile group. Erapata is another snake group. Only when you know what animals in your vicinity, then you can give metta to them. Then when they see you, they go away. Otherwise, they don't feel your metta. If you are in Thailand, if you are in a place where elephants are living, you must give a metta to elephants. If you don't give, they don't know. You have trouble. So that means in order for us to do the proper metta, while we are doing my loved ones, neutral ones, difficult ones, and all living beings, we have to know our surrounding environment. Otherwise, what will happen is that you think you do it, but you are not doing it. So this also tells us that we should know about animals properly. So how do we know this is Kanha Gotamaka, this is Virupaka? How do we know? We have to learn who are they. Then only we figure out. That's why sometimes we ask from naturalists, those naturalists, we ask them, why, was that centipede or Scorpio? Why they have a light at night? And the naturalists will tell you, they give you indication, don't touch me, Don't touch me, I'll bite you. Yes, from the naturalists we understand all these animals give some natural indications for their safety. It's like somebody is walking at night with a light. right? Don't hit me, right? I'm walking, I'm running on the sidewalk. Animals have it naturally. But if you don't know what is that light, you try to even touch the light. You try even go closer and you'll be bitten by the animal. What does it mean? We should know the nature. That is Buddhism. Flora, fauna, animals, our surrounding. The more we know, then the more we can handle any situation. Our metta also go everywhere, right? Okay, so then when it comes to enlightenment, don't try to be selfish in your enlightenment Dhamma journey. Try to help other people. Helping other people itself is your Dhamma journey. You know, in some other Mahayana sutras, we know Bodhisattvas, the Pusasa, they are thinking, until the last person is going to be a Bodhisattva, I am not going to be enlightened. How can you practice that? And you go to the mall, you are in a lineup, queue, 20 people ahead of me. When can I go to the front? You know, and few of them are talking. They are not even going fast. And now behind you, 20 people. You are saying, okay, you go first. What's the happiness that you are getting? And other people are getting. You are letting other people go earlier. Right? Do we have the same attitude? When there's an opportunity to learn more Dhamma, do people let other people go past you? Right? So we have to develop those habits. That is also self-care, other care. Actually, other care becomes self-care. Now think about earlier, some people were very jealous about their life with regard to other people. And you find out someone you school with you. What do you call? Somebody in your class. Classmate. Maybe in the university. And you think that the person has very much grown in his or her life, in the career. Why not me? What does the Buddhism say? No, you use your other happiness to practice mudita. Be happy for that person. Then you are happy too. Right? I am happy when you are happy. But now what is happening? I am not happy when you are happy. Right? Right? This is the problem. So we can use many angles to practice self-care and other care. So I think because of the timing, let us wrap up the talk at this point. Now, you will read the slides later. And now we can have a Q&A about today's topic, self-care and other care. And I have a mic here, so somebody can pass this to the person who is asking the question. So I will give it to Brother Lee. So please raise your hand. He will give the mic to you to ask the question.
Okay, let us put our heart palms together to say sadhu to Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And we now invite questions from the floor. Brother Mark has written a list of questions, I believe. We shall begin with Brother Mark.
Okay, take the mic and talk. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chandima, for sharing. Now, maybe this part of marriage making, chanting, the part of marriage making, chanting, using wisdom is something easily said than done. Because usually as human, we still have our anusaya. So what's Bhante perception on that?
You said dana.
Yeah, I'm talking
chanting.
about marriage making, then maybe chanting,
Yes.
or maybe you say sharing of marriage, transfer of marriage. So maybe using wisdom, but with our anusaya in us, we have our latent tendency. So it's very difficult to break away.
No, you cannot say difficult. They are sleeping. Let them sleep. Anusaya means sleeping tendencies. Now, we take a sit.
Okay.
Now, where is your anger now? Where is your anger now? Sleeping now. So let it sleep. When the conditions come to anger to arise, no, let it sleep. That is what is happening. The anusaya means the root level of our akusa. There are 7 anusaya. They are sleeping all the time. Whenever the conditions arise, they wake up. Right? So when you talk about dana, as I said earlier, you should dana with wisdom. But a lot of people do dana without wisdom. Right? Wisdom means, why do I give dana? Do I have a transaction understanding? Oh, I will get married, I will get this and that. Then you are minimizing your dana effect. You are only concerned about the Sangha member. I want Sangha member to eat properly. But if I have someone passed away, I give good karmas. Because everything else is coming after you. You don't have to wish about it. Right? And then during the time, you have to take care of your thoughts. No lobha, no dosa, no moha. Actually, what is happening to many is that they do the dana, so 100% good thoughts. When they go back home, they found out there was a dish missing in the dana hole. That dish was inside the fridge. Forgot about it. They're now not happy. He could have done better. Right? Then the merits, the intentions go down to now 90% by 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Again, now you're going back to, if you are a perfectionist, again thinking, oh, I could have brought this dessert to the temple. I cannot get the dana date again. You know, in some temples, only 30 dana dates, but 1,000 people, you know. Right? So how can everybody come? If everybody come, how do monks eat? Only 3 monks. Are you going to kill them, you know? Giving all the food. Right? So there are problems, limitations. Then if there are limitations, I have to fix my mind. If I forget about it, it's okay. Next time I will do it. There's always a chance. So that's wisdom. So never ever, I tell you, people create good karmas easily, but then they lose the power of good karmas. Then the good karma will become a mixed karma, good and bad karma mixed together. Keep the good karma. So it's very challenging to maintain the good karma than doing it. It is challenging to do a good karma than doing nothing. But it is challenging to keep the good karma going on without diluting that. Because good karma is a flow. It's not during the dana itself. Now you do dana today, you go back home. Every time you think about it, merits are coming. So if you bring an additional unnecessary thought, that will limit the effect of that. So if the person knows these issues and do the dana without becoming a victim to that, then they do it with wisdom. Chanting, you said chanting. How to do chanting wisely? Chanting means you have a book and you read it every day. No, chanting means you read it and you know the meaning what you are doing with the chanting. Right? Even when I ask you, tell me what is the meaning of Sura Mereya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhi. What's the meaning of that? Take that the 5th precept today. It's not a chanting. It's a very basic, that's your sila. Tell me the meaning of Sura Mereya Majjapama Dattana Veramani Sikkhapada Samadhi. Sura Mereya. Somebody can say, I am going to refrain from taking alcohol. Is that what the Buddha said? Huh? You are still drinking intoxicants. When you are sick, you cannot get a good syrup to cure you. You see a doctor, and doctor will give you an antibiotic kind of syrup, like codeine syrup. Codeine is narcotic. Yes. Let's say you have a knee surgery going on, and you cannot get the date. The doctor asks you to wait for 4 months because you are in the list queue. Then for the 4 months, doctor will give you a painkiller. When you take it, you are so good. Then you are very curious. What is this, huh? The doctor will tell you, heroin. Oh, narcotic. Oh, that's why morphine, narcotic. These are narcotic, but medically prescribed. You don't feel it. That means we cannot say we are not taking. But there is someone who is going to a bar, liquor shop, drinking. That's very bad. But in our life, it's very difficult to get away from the zero alcohol thing because there are medical prescriptions. Even you think about some of the food that you are making, you adding some little bit of alcohol into some cakes, right? Wedding cakes could be. Okay, Sura Mereya. Sura means fermented intoxication. Merya is distilled intoxication. Even if you eat too much rice, you can become sleepy. Right? That means you have crossed the boundary of the Sura Merya. If you eat, yes, Sura means fermented food and beverages. So you can take kombucha, pastry. If you eat too much, you feel a bit different. That means it has taken you to a different intoxication level. It doesn't mean you can have a kombucha or pastry. You can have rice, but limit. You should know what is the limit when I feel uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm doing at that point. I feel sleepy and all that. Merya is strong distilled drinks. You know what I mean? Definitely, they are problematic, right? But Buddha is never saying you cannot take. Buddha is saying Sura Merya Majjapamadattana Viramani. If any food or drink that comes from two sources, fermentation, distillation, will give you a hard time, which you cannot decide what to do, what not to do, then those levels of food must be stopped. Think about, you are eating 4 plates of rice, right? And then you are driving, you are so sleepy. You break the precept. Right? Sometimes when some people eat even 1 plate of rice, they feel sleepy, so they should not take that much of rice. Because that is their intoxication level. Right? When some people eat maybe 2 pastry, they feel like very intoxicated. They should not go to that level. Now see what are the things you are learning now. So if you learn this, the chanting very well, that will bless you more. So that is to chant wisely. Not chanting only by reading a book, okay, thinking I'm good now, Devanaga Mahitika protect me now. That's what people think.
Bhante, maybe they may use this as an issue to come and debate with you, say taking intoxicating drinks, but the drinks is not intoxicated to him. So that is another issue.
Drinks are not intoxicating. Yes,
say
it
for
can
example,
be.
you may take only 1 can of beer. It's not
Yes,
intoxicated.
Yeah, it can.
So
That's
with
why I
that
said
issue.
the problem is not with the drinks, food and beverage. Problem is with the level of your intoxication. You should know your level of intoxication. That's the important thing. Let's say someone goes to a party and you cannot stop not going to the party. Then let's say you are having some liquor, right? This is a practical situation. It is better you don't have it. But what if you will have a little bit of it? Then you are not driving back home, you ask someone to drive home. You are not, yeah? Because long time ago, I found a vegan. This is not to disrespect any vegans. I respect all these vegetarians, vegans. He's a vegan, but he drinks alcohol a lot. Huh? There are people like that. Huh? So it's like, you are trying to look for your sugar cravings, right? You are not eating any sugar. On the other hand, you are smoking a lot. What's that life? You have to be careful. So I just want to tell you, chanting, dana, even merit transference, because we are doing it to give to the departed ones. And the Buddha said not all the transferences are going to that individual right away. There are conditions. When we know and do them, then it's a wise activity. Otherwise, it's an unwise activity. I think that answers.
Thank you, Bhante.
So we have another maybe 5 minutes. So if somebody wants to ask a question, so
Yeah,
please.
maybe one last question, maybe 5 minutes from the ladies. Brother Sengyap said from the ladies.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Sadhu Bhante. Maybe I would ask a question. Most of the time we said we do not involve in other people's karma. When we try to help, we try to offer our hands, we are like involved in other people's karma. How do we differentiate?
Give me an example.
Like when this person is in very much of difficulties, and most of the time we'll say, oh, it's their karma. They should go through themselves. We shouldn't help.
No,
Should we?
that's really not a good idea. We try to do what we can do.
Yeah, in this case, if we help, are we involved in others' karma?
We are helping someone who is going through a bad karma to become a better person. I think that is a good opportunity for us to do more good karma. That person is suffering, but we will try to help. So then, it is good for our side, it's good for the other person's side. We are not carrying that person's karma. Okay? I think that's a very good thing we can do, but with wisdom. If you give me another very specific example, I can say something more about it.
Not really in particular.
Now think about someone is very poor, trying to make ends, meeting the bills and all that. And then you are trying to help that person, sharing some food, maybe, if needed, giving some pocket money, right? But with wisdom, don't let that person depend on you. Right? Otherwise they will come up to you in a different way, right? So then that person definitely must have not done enough dana in the previous life. That's why I became very poor. Maybe, right? So I help. So do you think we will also be poor like this in the future? No. The more we do, the more good things will happen. And that person also will understand their reason of why they became like that. They also try to do something better. No, we are not going to be a part of it. But the opposite will happen. Let's say someone is trying to gossip about someone. You also join the gossiping. Oh yeah, I also know this thing. Let's do it. Two bad karma go together. That's bad. If you involve in a good karma, it's a double good karma. Yes. All the bad guys get together, gang up all the time. And it's a bad karma will happen. You have to gang up in a good way to do good karma. Yes.
Sadhu, sadhu.
So never try 2 times to help someone. If things are okay, if you are safe, if you can do, we should help. Any other questions we got?
Any other questions? Bhante, yes.
So over there.
What about certain person?
Take the mic. Yeah.
What about certain person, like we feel that it is controlled by certain spirit? Then how, under such situation,
Certain people.
under spirit control, we suspect. So how, under such condition, how to help them?
Okay. In Buddhism, it is said that when we have a weak spirituality, when our spirituality is very weak, then the spirits can come to our life. Right? Now think about, you are living alone in your house. You are thinking, maybe my house has a ghost, and a real ghost will come to your house. Yes, you are inviting them. Yes, maybe will become an actual thing after that. Maybe. That's why the house looks very haunted. Right? So don't try to give some, imaginations about things. The Buddha is saying, I have a good Dhamma practice. I have Sila. I have a good moral practice. I have Samadhi. I cultivate my wholesome thoughts. And because of that, I have wisdom. So no non-human being, a wrong one, can come to my house and attack me. So that is what we do. Now you are asking, if that happens to someone, what can we do to those people? It depends, right? If you have any one way is that we don't know what exactly is going on. Normally what we do is that chanting is one very important thing, right? Chanting.
Which particular chanting?
Any chanting is okay. Some people prefer to chant Ratana Sutta, right? But what matters is not the chanting itself, who chants. Even the worst gangster also can chant the Ratana Sutra. Oh, Yani the Bhutani. So, what does it do? The gangster, right? No, good person must chant. A moral person. That's why you invite monks to chant. They have a practice. Number one is their morality. Number two, their compassion level. How compassionate are they for the devotee, for the devotee's problem? Third is properly chanting. You know why? Spirits understand this language. You don't understand, they understand. Right? You don't understand the chanting. You just merely take. That's why I said to you today, learn the meaning, but they understand what you are chanting. And when they know you don't know what you are chanting, but you are chanting, they can trouble you too. Looks like you found something like a mantra book and you are doing, they are knowing you are doing to chase them out. So you should know what you are doing. You are strong, you are positive, you are confident, and they know this time we cannot do anything. Right? So what matters is who the person is going to chant and the level of compassion and your understanding about what you are chanting. So
One day we use a YouTube typing
yeah, that is a recording. It's not a chanting, right? Where is the compassion? Is the monk knowing you have a problem in your house? Huh? You can do it, right? Then you can buy a robotic monk into your house. Play. You book like a timer, 2 to 3, chanting on. That's why it matters. A real monk is to come to the place, good person, and then you inform the situation, chants out of compassion, and sprinkles waters everywhere. Properly chant 3 times, and then leave the place. Right? So I don't think even the YouTube chanting is good. It makes us feel good. But I don't know whether it can help the problem, because only you know the problem, right? But you don't know whether it will be okay or not. That's why you need a real person to come to the house and then do it. Yeah.
Sadhu,
Yes, I think it's a very important.
So I think that's about the time we have.
Yes, always.
So sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
So we have come to the
Blessings.
end of our Dhamma talk today. Today we were talking about self-care and other care. So what you need to do is you have to balance out these both and then continue taking care of you, continue supporting others. Always try to have a balance. So may all the good karmas you've been making today by Parindana and listen to Dhamma talk, engaging in Dhamma discussion, be transferred to all departed ones who passed away in the name of all of you. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
May Devanaga Mahidika receive all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, happiness. And may they also finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
In our sansaric life, until we attain Nibbana, we cannot live without Kalyana Mittas, noble friends. So we need more Kalyana Mittas. Let us be surrounded with more Kalyana Mittas just like you and each other to you. And may we also become Kalyana Mittas to as many sentient beings as we meet until we attain Nibbana. So with that intention, let us make the aspiration saying Sadhu, Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Finally,
sadhu.
with all the good karmas you've been making today, offering dana and all these things, listening to Dhamma, engaging in Dhamma discussion, be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Abhivadana Siddhissa Nityang Vaddha Prachaino Chattaro Dhamma Vaddhanti Ayuvannu Sukhang Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sangha Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminati Samicchatu. Sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now you can respect.
Yeah, let us pay our respects to Bhante.